Hiya guys, how's it going? Bill the Toy Guy here, and can you fucking believe it? I'm doing a toy review. It's my New Year's resolution to get back into doing some reviews for you guys. I'm excited to review these figures for you today. So let's get right into it. Just want to quickly say that I'm a huge Gundam fan. Gundam Wing was what got me into Gundam. I was like the ripe old age for it, 6 or 7, when it started showing on Toonami. And I have any kits on hand to, compared to these figures. I have a few kits, but they're not actually in my review room. We are reviewing these purely as action figures. I'm not going to be like some snobby, spoiled, douchebag who's like, oh, I have the kits, so these are basically like pound shop toys to me. No, none of that. I do collect a lot of different Gundam stuff. I'm mainly into the Gundam Universe line just because I was never actually quite build savvy as a kid. But the Mobile Suits in Action line, the MSIA line, that I feel like this is the reincarnation of. Oh my god, I loved those figures. They were literally like the best things to play with as a kid. Just as we go through the review, I'll talk a little bit more about that. I just want to quickly take a look at the packaging with you guys. So, really cool packaging. I think this would jump out at me if I was a kid seeing these. It's kind of reminiscent of the Mobile Suits in Action packaging, only a little bit. I love how everything is clearly displayed in the box, though. That is the real selling point. You get Zaku parts in here to build the Zaku. That's a very clever thing, actually, because if you want to build an army of Zakus now, you're going to have to buy multiples of these, so well done Bandai. Really cool, friendly collector packaging. It says Gundam Infinity Series up here, which is the name of the line. You've got the Bandai, the 4+, some other stuff. Warning, do not put this Gundam in your mouth because you will choke. There you go. If you're into barcode stuff, there's your barcode. It shows you all the other figures you can get, which I'm well hyped for all of these. The Zaku being built. Let's talk about Gramps first, shall we? The RX-78-2. This is going to be like a double review, but I won't be doing this all the time. I just thought, seeing as these figures fell into my lap, I'd review them together. And if I had been able to get these last year, they would have been on, or one of them would have at least been on my top 10. And that is purely based on the fact that it is such an interactive line. You can take parts off this guy, for example. I'll just show you quick. You could, if you wanted, you could plug it onto there. These are amazing. So you get all these parts. If you wanted to, you could pull the Gundams apart and put new parts on. You can take off the arms are on ball pegs, and then the legs are on ball pegs. I'm not sure about removing just like the knees and stuff. The feet are on ball pegs, as well as the hands and then the head. But you can pop the guards off the shoulders as well and put parts on Gundams and all that kind of thing, and you just get lost doing this for hours with the MSIA line. Let's quickly go over the aesthetic. So, he's really nice and vibrant. It's got all of the detail you would want as a Gundam fan, and you could probably panel line these and put, weather on them and detail and stuff as well. And like I said, I'm not a Gundam snob, so I'm not like, I've got the model kits, so these basically look like a child's made them. People who review the Gundam Universe line and expect it to be anything other than just some basic Gundam figures, you're a fool. What are you buying them for? The detail is all there. The paint is immaculate, but we know this are Bandai. They always absolutely smash it. In 28 years of my life, I don't think I've ever really been disappointed in a Bandai product. I will quickly just compare him to the Gundam Universe RX-78-2. I would have liked them to just make it like this, a little bit more of a sky blue. Nevertheless, he looks great. Obviously, I've weathered him up and panel lined him, and you can get away with doing this with these figures to an extent as well. And then just for reference, I just want to compare him to, so this is like a little Gashapon Age 1 Gundam, and I really like these as well. They're so well put together and articulated for such a little figure. Obviously, the the new Gundam Infinity Series have got some size to them. It's not a fact of the smaller the figure, the harder it is to actually paint them up. Right, so now let's quickly talk about accessories. These don't count really to me as accessories, but there are your Zaku arms. Here is his beam saber. Can't remember whether he only ever had 2 beam sabers, so whenever you're having him hold this, he's still got the 2 back beam sabers. I can't remember whether he had more than 2. We can quickly look at the shield. So it's just done very nicely for this like 4-inch figure or whatever it is. Looks nice. Again, you can go on the inside and you can, panel line all that. I might do eventually. The Buster rifle looks really nice as well. The sculpt is there. It does look pretty cool. I would have liked them to put some green in there. I don't feel like that's too much to ask. When they're painting all the eyes in there and stuff as well. They do come with everything you would want them to. One of my biggest gripes with the Gundam Universe line is the fact we got no beam sabers with the Wing Gundam. And like I said with the accessories, if we could just do this without everything falling out, everything's clearly displayed there. So everything you would want with this guy. Maybe 2 beam sabers might have been cool, but I'm happy with just the 1. With the Wing Gundam, you're getting the legs to the Zaku as well. And then I believe the body comes with the Astray Gundam. The head comes with the Atermus. And Barbatos has the weapons. Didn't I say about getting distracted? Look, I just pulled the leg out for the Zaku. Straight away I was bending this. Why does it feel like it don't want to stay? And it's because of this actual little... Is it an exhaust or a vent tube or something? I don't know. I wonder if that's going to stress, with bending all the time. That might be something to watch out for, Let's just look at his gun quickly. There we go. Yep, to be expected. That it's pretty much the same, and it's made out quite a durable, bendy plastic, but it's pretty much the same as what you'd expect from any of the guns in this line so far. They're very basic, no paint on them, but the sculpt is there and they still look nice. So here's looking at the aesthetics of this guy. Very cool. His head sits a bit high for my liking, but I can get over that. It's all about positioning. It'd be cool if we could have got him in bed mode, but he's a very basic figure, so I understand why they didn't do that. These are amazing. They're made of quite a soft plastic, so you're not going to accidentally snap them, which is something I worry about with like the Robot Damaishi figures or the Gundam Universe figures. He looks pretty solid. Like, just quickly, if you're watching this and you've got kids, right, my videos are not made for kids, go buy these for your kid. I guarantee they'll love them. They're dead durable, they'll hardly break. You can do all the part swapping. It's what every kid wants. We'll do a quick comparison. So here he is next to the Gundam Universe Wing Gundam, and if I haven't said it already, this is my guy, this is my mobile suit. Absolutely love the Wing Gundam. The Gundam Universe one, he's got everything you want him to, all the details, obviously not a beam saber, but everything else is pretty cool on him. He has the wings that you can put out, which is cool. I like my figures to be able to do different things. Especially when I'm owning like multiples of the same suit. Let's look at the articulation. I'm just gonna do the RX-78-2's articulation because they're both the same articulation wise, with it being that the backpack on the Wing Gundam might get in the way. You could basically swivel the arms completely around like that. These shoulder pads will move a little bit as well. They'll get out your way if you want. He has no bicep swivel, and he has a single jointed elbow bend. The hands are on a ball joint as well, so they'll spin round if you want them to. That will help with your posability and stuff. Head is on a ball point, like I said before. Don't worry about breaking these little things because they're actually quite pliable. But you'll get quite a lot of dynamic looks out of the head sculpt. It's got a waist twist that I don't know if they come apart at the waist. I'm not going to try, but you can spin that. these things, they don't move out of the way, the skate pieces. On the Gundam Universe figures, they will move out of the way. But they don't on these, which is fine again, because the majority of people who are going to be getting these will be kids who are playing with them and pulling them apart and stuff. So you've got the bend at the knee, which is pretty cool. All the range you probably would want out of something like this, and then the feet are on a ball peg as well. Plenty of range for a very basic figure. It brings back memories of playing with the Easy A MSIA and stuff in the mud at school. You're getting quite a lot of articulation with them. Like I said before, the only difference with this guy is that he has the wings on the back. So, I mean, you know, you can move these in and out, but, you know, they're not going to spread. What are my final thoughts on this line, on these figures? If you're a die-hard Gundam fan who's into your kits, you might be looking at these and think, oh, I'll pass on them, but, you know, they're cool for my kids to get into Gundam. Definitely, get them for your kids, they'll love them. You might want to get one of these just for your desk. They are just sort of cool to have to knock around and stuff. And me, I like my toy photography and stuff. I like working at different scales, so that's going to be awesome. And the whole Builder Zaku thing, I can see a lot of people getting behind him. And I will be getting the others in the line as well, because like I said, MSIA as a kid was like the toy line, and I was into loads of stuff, but it was the toy line to play with. And you can take these to the beach, you can take them in the back garden. I'm impressed with them, so I can recommend 100% that you go pick these up. I don't think you'll be disappointed with them. Now you've seen everything you need to see, you know what you're getting with them. They're definitely worth picking up. Alright guys, that'll do it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave me a like and subscribe for more reviews. It is my New Year's resolution to bring you guys some more toy reviews. If something's shit, I'm just gonna fucking tell you it's shit. I'm not gonna be buying reused molds that are tired and figures that are just not designed well. I ran into this quite a lot. You know, last year, and it just wound me up to the point where now if I buy something and I think it's awful, I'm going to tell you it's awful. These, if I think these are cool and they're, you know, economic, and, you know, I think collectors might like them as well as kids, I'm gonna tell you that. With that being said, if you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. If you want to just drop in from time to time, I don't mind that either. I'm not doing this to be famous or cool or anything like that. I'm doing it because I like toys, and hopefully that's why you're here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.